This video will go through the answers to the electroplating question in the November 2013 exam. Right, question 9 shows us a cell that's used to electroplate a spanner with chromium. Now when you're electroplating something with a particular metal, then that metal always forms one of the electrodes, and then whatever you're electroplating forms the other. In this case we've got chromium 3 plus ions in solution. The electrolyte is chromium nitrate. NO3 ions have a charge of 1 minus. There are 3 of them, so our chromium ions must be 3 plus. First question, define electrolysis. It's the chemical process where electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. Right, 9.2. 9.2.1, the half reaction that occurs at the spanner. Now, firstly, let's just remember our electrolyte is chromium nitrate, which gives us Cr3 plus ions in solution. Our electrode X is chromium, and as that is oxidized, it also forms chromium 3 plus ions. And so the chromium 3 plus ions in solution will be reduced to chromium, which will plate the spanner. And so the half reaction is Cr3 plus aqueous ions plus 3 electrons, giving us Cr solid. Now that equation, that half reaction, comes straight from table 4b. So look carefully at table 4b and don't mess it up as you write it down in your answer book. Do note that in table 4b they're written as equilibria half reactions because those reactions can go either way. But in this particular question, the half reaction goes from left to right, and so we write just a single reaction arrow indicating a forward reaction. Right, 9.2.2, the formula of the metal which electrode X is made. We've already discussed that. That's chromium. It has to be made from the same metal that's going to plate your object. And then finally the oxidizing agent. Remember, an oxidizing agent is reduced itself. In other words, it gains electrons. Well, the half reaction there shows that Cr3 plus is gaining electrons. So Cr3 plus is being reduced, which means it is the oxidizing agent. Alright, the last question is a calculation question. It tells us that during the process 0.03 moles of electrons are transferred and asks us to calculate the gain in mass. Now the gain in mass comes from the chromium, so we need to start with the half reaction. Chromium 3 plus ions are gaining 3 electrons to form chromium. Now notice the ratio of electrons to chromium. The ratio is given as 3 electrons form 1 chromium atom, or 3 moles of electrons form 1 mole of chromium atoms. And so the number of chromium atoms is always a third of the number of electrons. So the moles of chromium atoms then are the 0.03 divided by 3, which gives us 0.01. The formula we're using then is number of moles is mass over relative molecular mass. Again, that's in your data sheet. Don't mess it up as you write it down. We rearrange that to solve for mass, because that's what the question's asking us to do. Our number of moles is 0.01. Relative molecular mass from the periodic table of chromium is 52, and so that gives us 0.52 grams of chromium that will be plated onto the spanner.